was about to ask, Junu happened to walk in. He thought that Eula had not yet sold the incident and was giving Ellie a hard time, and told Ellie to leave quickly. Helpless, Ellie had to leave first. This scene happened to be seen by Gouda, who had returned from buying coffee, so scared that he dropped his coffee directly on the ground. He quickly rushed over and pulled Ellie into a corner. Gouda questioned her why she was coming out of Eula's office. Ellie asked him if he was scared at this moment, so angry that he grabbed Ellie and asked her what she had said. An angry Ellie said she had told him everything, and that he would be completely exposed with his ugly face. Hearing this, Gouda said angrily, "If that's the way you want it, then don't blame me for not playing fair. Your sister is going to jail." Hearing that Gouda was going to do something to her sister, Ellie was scared and quickly went up to beg for forgiveness. She quickly explained that she hadn't said anything, but at this time, Gouda could no longer believe her. When he entered the office, Gouda saw the brother and sister arguing. It turned out that Ellie really hadn't said anything. He then let his guard down. Gouda told Eula not to bother with such low-level women. Eula also felt that he was right. Back in the office, Gouda fondled the hard-won tablet. Gouda went to the police station and found Enzu, threatening her to persuade Ellie, but Enzu said she would rather stay here. An exasperated Gouda told the police that he already had a warrant, and told them to immediately take Enzu to prison. Ellie couldn't believe that Gouda could be so ruthless, and watched as her sister was taken away. She begged Gouda, but Gouda wouldn't listen. When her mother arrived, she saw the scene, and learned that her younger daughter had been taken to prison. She quickly chased after the car and begged Gouda, but Gouda in the car didn't bother to respond and drove away. Seeing her daughter being locked up inside, Ellie's mother asked Gouda out again. He fell to his knees before his former son-in-law, and begged him to let his little girl go. But no matter how the mother-in-law begged, Gouda remained unmoved. Ellie told her mother to get up quickly, but her mother told Ellie to kneel down with her and beg him. Ellie angrily rebuked Gouda for being inhumane. Her mother tried to go up and plead again, but she was mercilessly pushed away. Ellie said, "If you keep talking like this, I won't let you go." Gouda told her to do whatever she wanted. Ellie asked him why he was so heartless, not understanding what she had done wrong. In a rage, Gouda threw the pregnant Ellie out. When Ellie woke up, she knew she had lost the baby. She couldn't believe Gouda was so heartless. The baby she had finally conceived was gone. She cried her heart out. Seeing her distraught daughter, Ellie's mother could no longer hold back. She made an appointment with the heartless man, Gouda, and asked what he wanted. Ellie's mother said that the baby in Ellie's stomach was gone. Gouda froze upon hearing this. Then he immediately said, "I don't know whose baby Ellie was carrying. Now that she's miscarried, she's trying to blame it on me." The always weak mother-in-law could no longer hold back. He felt that the person in front of him was not a human being, killing his own child and saying such things. Gouda asked her if she thought she could bully a nice person like herself. Ellie's mother said she would never let it go again. Gouda also said he was tired of worrying about being exposed all the time. "You were the one who pursued my daughter relentlessly in the beginning. Now you have abandoned her so ruthlessly. She said she would not tolerate it anymore from now on. I will repay you for the harm you have caused my daughter." Gouda, who was feeling guilty, was worried about what she might do. She asked Ellie out and offered 100 million won in compensation, saying she would release her sister the next day. She hoped that you would all stop causing trouble, or else you would have to pay 10 times the penalty. Ellie said that this amount of money was not enough to make her shut up, but Gouda left regardless of her consent. The family finally waited for Enzu to be released. When Enzu returned home, she could not believe that her sister had taken the man's money. Her mother asked her to stop causing trouble. "Ellie did this all for you." Enza said she would rather stay inside than let everyone just let Gouda off the hook. Her younger brother also told her to stop causing trouble. Enza said it was because you were so weak that the man would bully us without restraint. Her mother said your sister had done something stupid, but it was all for the sake of whom? Don't you understand? The whole family felt that Enzu had caused trouble and told her not to get into trouble and to stay at home. Enzu was very sad when she heard this. She said that if she left, you wouldn't be in such trouble. Her mother said that she could go as she pleased, and that she shouldn't cause trouble as soon as she was released. But the upright Enzu went straight to the Gouda company. She found a friend and asked where the Gouda office was. This scene happened to be seen by Gouda, who was walking downstairs. He angrily rebuked the staff. "How is security so poor?" Enzu was dragged away by the security guard. Back in the office, Gouda thought about what his mother-in-law had said. He couldn't sit still and called a gang of bad guys with iron bars to Ellie's mother's place. They smashed her cobbler's cart. They even pushed her to the ground. Seeing this, Ellie rushed over regardless. Gouda watched the whole thing from across the street. Seeing that Ellie was about to be hit by the bad guys, her mother threw herself in front of her daughter. She was instantly bleeding from the head. Ellie saw Gouda across the street staring at her, and at that moment she seemed to understand everything. The seriously injured Ellie's mother was taken to the hospital, but she asked her family not to call the police. When Ellie returned home to pack her things, she left a note on the table for her runaway sister, telling her that no one would be home at night and to be careful not to let anyone steal the money in the room drawer. When her sister, who was drunk, woke up and saw the note. Enzo hurried in and rummaged through it. She was shocked to find so much money. She took the money and quickly sneaked out of the house. Ellie's mother has not woken up yet due to her serious injuries. Ellie swore that she would make that man pay. She cried and asked her mother what she should do. Having lost her husband and child, she could not afford to lose her mother too.